begin the press conference with an opening statement from Coach Oats, and then we'll field questions for Namari Burnett and Mark Sears.
Saying March, survive and advance. I think that's what we did. It was a good offensive game. Our defense has to get a lot better by Saturday, but it was nice to come out and make some shots. I was happy to see Mark. He's been in the gym working a lot since the SEC weekend, and it showed. I thought he came out, shot it really well. It's our fourth straight game. JQ started. We started out with early leads in all of them, kind of changed the narrative of that. So we were up 9-0 this game. I think if you combine our total starts, it's 48-18 these last four games. So it's nicer to play with a lead. From the beginning, we had 21 assists tonight. I think the ball's been moving, shows how unselfish our guys are. Over the last four games, we're averaging 19 assists a game. So, even when we haven't shot it well, we've been getting assists, being able to get them at the rim. So 15 made threes today. I think that's the second most in Alabama history for an NCAA tournament game. So, we're making shots at a pretty high level. And, it was nice to be able to put up 96 without Brandon scoring a point. So he's got a groin injury that he's been nursing since Sunday in the SEC tournament. We're trying to play him limited minutes. We were able to keep him under 20. Hopefully he can get a lot of rehab today and tomorrow and look a lot more like himself on Saturday. But, proud of our guys. I thought we could have done a better job defensively at times in the game. I thought Tennyson, you got to give those guys a lot of credit. They kept playing, kept fighting. They had a great start to the second half. I believe Tennyson was at 0 at half and ended up with 20 in the second half, which, wasn't great for our defense. But we'll be better against Maryland. We're going to have to be, or we won't get a win. But great to move to the second round. None of these tournament games are supposed to be easy.
We will now take questions for the players. Please raise your hand and remember to state your name and affiliation up front. Or we'll start back there since you're right.
Drew DeArmond, WCZN Radio, Huntsville, Alabama. This is for Namari. I know you've been going through a little bit of a slump. How did it feel to watch the ball go through the net and do a good job off the bench offensively?
Feels great. That's what work does, and just staying with it throughout the course of the season, staying positive, and mentally ready at all times. So, good first game, and can't wait for the next one.
So Mark, being here, Ryan Hennessy, WBTM 13 in Birmingham. Mark, being here in this state, being from this state, you heard about the hype all week with Birmingham, Alabama fans. What was the feeling out there with the crowd?
Man, as soon as we came out that tunnel, I had chills, And just seeing all the love we had is just an unbelievable experience.
Max Cohan, Way 31 in Huntsville. Also for Mark, being the only player from Alabama on the team, what was it like to have a performance like this in your home state on this stage?
The previous games, I have been struggling to shoot the ball, and then over the break, I just got back in the gym and started from ground zero, and I just trusted my work.
We're going to go to the front.
Mason Smith with Bama Central. Namari and Mark talked to both of you guys yesterday about the importance of bench depth and how it makes a deep run. How do you think the bench just did today, especially with Nick and Namari's performance?
We always stay ready, and we got a great starting group and come in and get us an early lead, and if not, we have a great bench to either push that lead forward or get the lead back. So having great depth on this team only makes us one of the best teams in the country, and I think it showed today.
Nick Kelly, Tuscaloosa News. Mark, obviously the last few games you had struggled a bit scoring and shooting. Then it clicked today. I mean, what was behind that, do you think, for you?
Just continue to shoot with confidence, and like I said earlier, trust the work that I put in.
Any more questions for the players? Up front.
Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. Namari, when you were on our show earlier this week, we talked about being patient and waiting for your turn. Will you share with me what that's like waiting to get called on in a game like this, and how tough that is for any shooter on the team?
Just like I said, honestly, always being ready, staying positive, and knowing that there's one goal in mind, which is winning. And knowing like what you produce to the team, like I have a specific role in this team, and it's to make shots and defend at a high level. So going there with a clear mindset and just doing that every single time I get a chance, that's really what it is.
Very back.
Hey Mark, can you talk about can you kind of go into detail about some of that extra work that you put in leading up to the tournament game today?
We won the SEC tournament Sunday, and then the following up Monday, I went in the gym at 10 a.m. and I made 300 jump shots, and then went with Clark at like 12, got treatment, and I came back in at 7:30 and got another 300 shots up.
Got time for one more question? Okay, man, you are free to leave.
Mark stays in the gym. He lives in the gym.
Coach, obviously, over here.
No, yep.
Obviously, the bench had a fantastic night, 49 points. What did you kind of see from the bench production, especially with Nick Pringle's double-double?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Nick played well, but he wasn't the only one. I mean, Namari talks about how much Sears is in the gym. Namari's in the gym all the time, too. So both those, I mean, Namari shot the ball really well in practice the last couple of days. He studied a lot of video. I thought he got himself really ready. We've got guys that keep themselves ready to go. If you look at the way Noah Gurley's been shooting the ball, I mean, Noah Gurley goes 2 of 2 from 3. Namari goes 3 of 6 from 3. We had some guys come off the bench and really make shots and help us. Dom made the 1-3 hit, which is great. So, and then Pringle's athletic. He's strong. He plays hard. He ends up with 15 rebounds. 5 boards. If he could make a free throw, he'd have been up around 25 and 15. But, he was good. He's got a lot of energy about him. So, like I said, I mean, if your bench doesn't score the way it did, I didn't realize we had 49 off the bench. But we had 96 points, and Brandon didn't score. So to get 96 points without Brandon scoring a point, you got to get some production from somewhere.
To your left.
Piggybacking off that a little bit, just what does it say about this team that you can win by 21, do it the way you guys did without your best player scoring at all?
Shows we're deep. We got a lot of options, a lot of talented players. I mean, there's, you look at who's coming off our bench. I mean, Amari Burnett's really talented. Rylan Griffin's super talented. Jaden Bradley's coming off the bench now. I mean, that's 2 McDonald's All-Americans with Jaden and Amari. And Nick Pringle, you see what he's able to do. I mean, you kind of go down the list. Tom Welch and Noah Gurley have both been really good players at different schools where they came from before they got here. So, but to have the amount of talent you have on the bench and still have the chemistry, and guys are always ready, even if they don't play heavy minutes, that speaks more to the character of the guys on the bench. It's great that in an NCAA tournament game we're able to get these guys. I mean, you look at the minutes off the bench, 21 minutes, 21 minutes, 21 minutes, 18 minutes, 19 minutes from Gurley, and then 14 minutes. It's able to get that many minutes off the bench is nice because, we got to turn around and play in less than 48 hours. So it's nice we were able to get that many minutes off the bench.
We're going to go here, that second row and front row.
Mike Rodak from AOL.com. You just mentioned it, the bench and the minutes that they played with. The starters, though, with Noah limited to 9 minutes, and it seemed like Charles maybe was dealing with a knee still. Just what's the rest able to do for him with the Maryland game coming up?
I think it's huge that we're able to rest those guys with Maryland, having to play the full 40 with their guys.
Second.
Nick Kelly, Tuscaloosa News. For Mark to be scoring and a big part of the offense, how key is that for you guys as you play in the postseason?
I mean, I think it's really big. He's been our second leading scorer all year. Even when he was struggling, we continued to play him heavy minutes because I think he adds a lot to the team, even when he's not making shots. I mean, he's tough. He's had games where he's been one of the scrappiest, toughest perimeter defenders out there. You know, he adds that to the mix. So I thought he played really hard there. After the timeout in the second half, he came out, and I thought his effort was really good. So, you know, we're going to have him out there because we know he can score. He's, you know, other teams know he's capable of scoring at a high level. You know, teams can't sag him. He's going to give spacing on the floor. So to have him go ahead and make a lot of shots certainly helps because he's going to be on the floor. So, you know, I was really happy to see those ones go in. I mean, shoot, he finished 3 or 4 from 3. So he's capable. I mean, all of our players expect all shots to go in. The way he shot it all summer and in the fall, like he didn't miss any open threes. So I was happy to see that. Hopefully he gets his confidence going. We see more of the same in the second round.
Very front.
Coach Drew DeArmond, WZZN Radio in Huntsville, Alabama. It started really in Nashville where he came off the bench and had 11 against Mississippi State. But how big is it to have an older guy like Noah Gurley be ready? And then I'm a big body language guy when I watch the bench. He's always invested. He keeps everybody, up to. Just talk about his role.
Yeah, he's been great. He's been one of our leaders. Even when, I think 2 out of the last 4 regular season games he didn't play in. He was still the guy talking to everybody every time out, leading the locker room. So, you know, we started that SEC tournament, Mississippi State. They play a lot bigger, so we went with them. He played well. We continued to go with him. So I think this 4th straight game, he's at 19 and a half minutes. I would have got him more minutes, but he gets stiff. He's a little older, so his body gets a little stiff. So he would have been over 20 minutes, 4 straight games if I hadn't sat him there for a while. He got a little stiff there. But, you know, he's 2 of 2 from 3, 3 assists, no turnovers, 8 points, 4 rebounds. It's a pretty good night in 19 and a half minutes. But his leadership's been great all year, and it's a big reason why we're as tight and the chemistry's as good, and our guys are, you know, pulling for each other as much as they are.
Jim Dunaway from the next round. You're familiar with the format now. It's a quick turn. How much tape will you watch between now and the tip on Saturday, and who's on the scout, and how much have they done pre-work on this?
Yeah, so we do things a little bit different. We don't divvy up the scouts between assistants. Charlie's always got our defensive scout. Petway's always got the offensive scout. And then they all have their kind of small army of people that help them. So we've got Maryland ready to roll. Charlie's probably looking at it right now. They'll get me the edits right away. I'll look at the edits they've already got done. And then I'll get to the games. You know, I'll look at the edits first, have a pretty good idea of what's going on. You know, I'll watch as many games as I can, but with this short turnaround, you can't watch a ton of them. That's why I rely on, you know, our video coordinators on the defensive side of the ball. They got a couple GAs. You know, a lot of those guys have already got all that stuff broke down, and Charlie does an unbelievable job on the defensive side. So they'll have that ready. I'll sit down with that side of the ball, and they'll show me what they got. I'll sit down with the offensive side of the ball. You know, Adam Bowman helps Petway, and they got some GAs and people helping them. They'll show me how, you know, and Maryland's got some different kind of matchup zone. They switch it. You know, we're going to have to figure out how to attack them too. So we spend probably equal time on defense and offense, but because those separate people are really locked in. You know, Brian's working with Pino on personnel. It's kind of more on the defensive side. So they'll kind of give me a quick rundown of their personnel, and I'll get as quick of an idea of what they have as I can, and we're going to show video of the team tonight. You know, they'll get out of here. They'll rest, get with Clark, our trainer, rehab. At dinner tonight, we'll show them the first edits. Tomorrow morning, we'll show them more. We'll have a short practice because, you know, we just played today and we play tomorrow. And then we'll show them some more video tomorrow. And then, we'll wake up Saturday morning, show them a quick game day edit, and be ready to roll.
Okay, we're out of time. Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.